Alright, welcome to video 15. Just one more video after this and then we're done and we can start on our next project, which will be a platformer project. But we are almost ready to export. We're just missing two big things. One is the ability to adjust the volume in game. So we're going to create an options menu that allow you to do that. We're also going to create a quit button real quick, that way we can quit the game. We'll maybe even throw in a quick return the main menu, that way we can return to the title screen. We'll see where we're at on time with that, so let's get into it. Because it won't take that as long, we're going to go ahead and build out our quit button. So let's go ahead and we'll do this first in our pause panel. So let's go ahead and open that up real quick, and what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate our resume button, and oops, bring that down some. We're going to call this title button. We'll go ahead and do the title button as well. Let's change the text. Return to title. And what we're going to do is we're going to come down here to auto size. That way it fits inside. Go ahead and, whoops. Increase the size of our button right there. Never mind. I don't like the way that looked. I don't like the way auto size is looking in there either, so let's turn off auto size, and we're just gonna go ahead and bring that down to 18, and then duplicate your title button one more time and drag that down. This is gonna be called our quit button, and inside that text block it's just gonna say quit. So in order to hook these up, we need to open up our main menu, not our main menu, sorry. We'll get to our main menu in a minute. We're gonna open up our, where is it? Game manager script, and it's going to be very, very simple. We're going to take this resume. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're going to take our. We are going to open up our main menu because the code here is very simple. We're going to take a couple of things. So we're going to steal this line right here from our load game, and let's go into our game manager, and we're going to create a method, custom method. We're going to call it load title, and we're going to do that. We're going to paste that in there, and instead of that 1, we're just going to put a 0, and then we need to next just add the ability to quit the game. So we're going to take this, and because you can't quit the game in the editor, we're going to just add this debug log here that says the player quit the game. That way we know that it works. So now to connect all that, so to connect all that, let's go to our title button. We're going to come down here to our, there we go, our runtime events. Now we already have, because we copied these from the resume button, we already have a runtime event in there with the game manager. We just need to change the function to be load title for the title button, and then quit game for that. And so we'll test it out. Whoa, hold on. Alright, let's go ahead and hide this first. Let's apply. I don't think we don't have anything to apply because we didn't make this a prefab, so that's fine. Now let's go to our game. So we see that the player has quit the game, so that works. Let's check our title. And it goes to the title, and so all that's working just fine. So let's press Control S, make sure you save, open up that main menu, and then we're gonna adjust that a little bit as well. Our start button, we're gonna go ahead and duplicate that. We're gonna go ahead and make this our options button. Options button. We're going to open up that button, and we're gonna say options. We're gonna go ahead and duplicate that. We're gonna change the name of it to quit, and then we're gonna change the wording to quit. Let's go ahead and move the quit down, and then the options button, let's go ahead and remove this runtime event for right now. And so with quit, all we gotta do is take our main menu, our game manager code right here, copy that, paste that into our main menu down here, press Control S, and then we can test it out. So the options button doesn't do anything because we disabled the runtime event. The quit button, I forgot to change the runtime event and it started the game. So let's go to our quit, click on your quit button, go to your on click runtime events. You need to change the function to quit game, and now let's try it. There we go, the player has quit the game, so we know that's gonna work. Go ahead and press stop, and now let's get into the heavy lifting of this video, creating the audio options menu. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we'll go ahead and build this in our main menu first. So let's go right click on canvas. We're going to go ahead and come down here to UI canvas. We're going to create a panel. We're going to name this options panel. We're going to change the color here so that it's black. Increase the opacity a little bit so it darkens the screen. Something like that. Let's see. Inside this options panel, we're gonna go ahead and create a text block. So text manager pro, this is gonna say audio options, because that's really all we're gonna put in there. Let's go ahead and, just because I'm picky, center that. We're gonna bring it up there. We're gonna leave it white so it displays pretty well on this darker screen. Change the text name to options text. We're also going to add a button in there, so right click on options panel, UI canvas, come down here to button and add that. This is gonna, we'll bring that down. It's gonna be called the back button. Inside our text block, we're just gonna say back, just like that. The next thing we need to do is we need to add a slider. So we're gonna right click that. We're going to add two sliders actually. So let's go here to UI canvas. I don't know why I blanked out right there. We're going to click on slider. This will be our music slider. Go ahead and duplicate that and bring that down a little bit. And we're gonna call this one our SFX slider. Press enter on that. We should probably add a couple more text blocks. So let's duplicate our options text, bring that down over here. We're gonna call this music text, and then we're gonna type in music right here, and then duplicate that again, and we're gonna call this SFX text. And we're going to say SFX, and we're going to bring that down like that. We should probably actually bring that and the slider down a little bit more so there's a bit more space from it. There we go. So first things first, let's open up our main menu script. We're going to add our references up here at the top. So, and then we're gonna add a couple of custom methods right above load game. Right, one is gonna be an option, open options, and a close options. It's gonna set it to true and false. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna click on this back button, and we're gonna add a runtime event. We're going to take our main menu manager and drop it over here, and we're going to go to main menu. We're going to go to did I not save it? I didn't save it. Alright, let's try this again. We're going to click on back button. We're going to go to our runtime event. Click on the drop down, main menu. We're going to go to close options. We're going to go ahead and hide our options panel by default. We're going to click on our options button, come down here to our runtime event, add the main menu manager, click on no function, and add the open options from the main menu. So let's go ahead and just test that out and see if that works, and then we'll get into the volume sliders. You know why? Because I didn't assign the options menu. That's why it didn't work. So let's go here to our main menu manager, add our options panel so it knows what the options panel is. Then it will work. That tells me it's going to work. I just did not connect it. And so there it is, audio options, music, sound effects, and back works. So that works. Now let's get our volume sliders working. Alright, so I know I said we were going to do the audio next, but I forgot something. Let's go ahead and click our right click on our options panel, press copy, go to our sample scene, and we're gonna open up our canvas. We're going to actually paste that inside of our pause menu. So right click, or no, we're gonna paste it inside of our canvas. Let's see. Paste. Like so. Let's turn on our pause menu real quick and pop that open. We're gonna slide down these buttons right here. We're gonna duplicate our resume, bring that up, and this one is gonna be called our options button. Our text is gonna say options. There we go. Let's go into our code. We want our game manager script, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our where is it? There they are. The close and open options from here, we're going to go ahead and add those to our game manager. Right here is fine. That's fine. We need a reference to our options panel. So let's grab that from our main menu. I'm going to close some of these because we really don't need these since we're almost at the end here. There we go. Now let's go ahead and connect that up. So our options button, we're gonna switch that to be open options, and then in our options panel, our back button is going to grab our game manager and close options right there. I'm trying to think. That should work just fine. So let's go ahead and hide our pause panel and let's test it out. Alright, let's assign it. Now let's try it out. There it is. It goes back to it was. So zoom in. Perfect. Alright. Now let's get into the audio. Alright, so we're going to create something new. So click on your audio folder, right click in there, go to create. We're going to go to audio. We're going to choose audio mixer. Go ahead and name this main mixer. And then we need to double click on that because we need to open up. That's going to open up this audio mixer window. I'm going to drag it out here into the center so you can see what's going on. What we need to do is we're going to add two groups to our master. So press this plus sign next to groups. The first one is going to be called music. Click on master again and press the plus sign, and this one's going to be called SFX. Now what we need to do is on each of these we're going to right click in our inspector where it says volume and choose expose volume of music to script, and then for SFX we're going to repeat the process. There we go. And under exposed parameters we need to change the names of those, right? So if in this main window it says exposed parameters, there's two of them, one for the music, one for the SFX. Right click on each of them and choose rename. So one's going to be music volume, and then the other one is going to be SFX volume, just like so. And then what this does is this is going to allow all this, so exposing of the volume, right, is going to allow us to access these sliders in our C# for the specific groups. And then now I guess it's time to reroute things. So we're gonna have to make a few changes to how we did the audio a couple videos ago, last video, but it's gonna be all right. So in order to do this, we're going to make some changes real quick. We're going to go to our prefabs, open up our explosion by double clicking on it. You're going to see the scene changes a little bit because we're actually inside of our prefab. We need to add an audio component. We're going to add that audio source. So in this audio source, we're just going to add our explosions to it. This is going to make all the explosions the same. If you wanted to, you could create a separate explosion prefab for the player. Really don't mind them all being the same though, so let's just go with 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just go with explosion 5. There we go, and add that to it. So while we're here though, let's go ahead and change our audio mixer. So where it says output, we're gonna attach this to our sound effects like so. We can go back now to and start messing with the other prefabs. So our player, we're going to change this audio source to sound effects, or the output for it. The shooting one, we're going to do the same thing. Whoops. It says missing because I was testing this out and I wanted to make sure that this is going to work. And so that's why it shows missing right now. But yours is probably going to say none, and that's fine. Now we need to go to our background music and assign that to the music group. Now for the changes in our code. How do we want to do this? Let's see. In our we're going to be deleting the play clip at points on all of these. So if you see it, wherever you see that at, between, oh, so I guess I did need those enemies again. One more time. Let's open up our enemy script. Base enemy, we're going to need that one. And then we're going to need our shooting enemy. Real quick before I open up the shooting enemy, I want to make sure that on this, play on awake. Yep. Alright, so this is going to cause that to play every time it instantiates. It's going to play that sound, so we should be good there. No extra coding required. Let's open up our shooting enemy script, and we're not going to need we're not going to need the explosion sound. That should be fine. We're not going to need this or this, and since we're not using them in our base enemy either, we don't need this. And in our player controller, we're not going to need the explosion sound either. And we should be good. I want to test it just to make sure that those explosions work though, before I start coding. So that on play on awake worked just fine. Now let's get into coding those sliders. Alright, so the way we're going to do our audio is going to be very simple. Let's right click in our hierarchy, create an empty object. We're going to name this audio manager. We're going to do it this way, that way we can just make the audio manager a prefab, and then we don't have to like recode everything into a whole separate script on the other side, in the other scene. What we're going to do here is we're going to create a script. So in your scripts folder, right click, create mono behavior script. Go ahead and name this audio manager and open that up. Now we're going to need to add a few things because we're going to be accessing Unity's audio system. We need to add the audio namespace at the top. So using Unity engine.audio, we need to add a reference to our mixer. So that's going to be our variable. And we're going to create two public methods, one for the audio, one for the sound effects, and put those in there like that. Press Ctrl S to save, and from here it should just be connecting things together. We need to first add our script though into our audio manager. There we go. We need to tell it where our mixer is, so we're gonna add the main mixer there. And alright, now to finish hooking it up, we got our main mixer in there. Let's go to our music slider, and what I want you to do is make sure that your minimum value is set to -80, your maximum value can be set to 0. Repeat the process for your SFX slider. Yours is probably 0, 1. We're going to click on our on value changed, which is our runtime event for the sliders. We're going to drag our audio manager over here, and under no function we're going to go to audio manager. Now you're going to by default want to go to these static parameters and choose your set music or set SFX. Don't do that. Come up here to the top where it says dynamic float. We're going to set SFX volume from there. We're going to repeat the process with our music slider. Again, dynamic float, set music volume. And then from there it should be good to go. Let's test it out. Alright, the music is down. That's a small little glitch. You can apparently unpause it. That can be fixed with a check and if statement. Maybe we'll do that in the next video since this one's already going kind of long. So let's go to resume. No music. The sound effects are playing. Let's turn the sound effects down and go back and resume. And the sound effects are no longer playing, so that works just fine. Go ahead and press Ctrl S to save. Let's drag this audio manager into our prefabs, and now we can go and take that into our main menu. It's gonna ask if you want to save it. That's fine. Let's drag our audio manager from our prefabs out here. And then we're going to connect it pretty much the same way. Our options panel here, we're going to go ahead and add our runtime events. Drag this audio manager in. Make sure that the minimum value is -80 and the maximum value is 0. And then we're going to repeat the process. Oops, wrong one. I just said don't do that one, and then I went and did it. So let's see here. Alright. Press Ctrl S, and then it's all set up, and there you go. What we can do if you want is let me stop that real quick. We're gonna add a quick, just to double check it, background music here. We're gonna have, let's see here, BGMs. We'll just add an audio source, have it loop and play on awake, and we'll just grab this one. Oh, whoops, hold on, one more thing I forgot. We need to change our output to be music. Now let's play. And there you go. So, all right. So, Something I did notice just now is by default I have my sliders turned down. So let's fix that by grabbing both of those. Okay, so nope, it is good. All right, cool. Maybe it's just it was because I hadn't stopped it. So, but yeah, all right. So that's it for this video. In the next video, we're going to fix that little bug with the options and being able to unpause it while the options menu is open, and then we're going to build our game. So until then, keep learning, keep building. I'll see you in the next one.